Hey, hello, welcome to a new episode of Ari's Quest Log. And today's video is a continuing video of my PC build series. In the previous video, I showed you all the components that I will build in the PC. And today we're actually starting with the PC build. And it will be mainly focused on the motherboard. I need to prepare the motherboard, and then the motherboard will go into the case, and that will probably be the end of today's video. Another thing that is important is to do a good preparation. One of the things that I prepared is an anti-static map and a strap for my wrist, and I will show that to you. So here we have the mat, and this is the strap that I will put around my wrist, and this one needs to go into the wall power socket, and then I can do my work without having to worry about static. So that is actually step one that I have to do, and once I have connected all these things, I can start with the motherboard. But before I do that, I will show you briefly all the components that we will use built in today. So the motherboard, then we have the CPU, we have the RAM, and the three SSDs. Now to get this box here. And let's see what's in here. Cables. One can go away. Yeah, I'm not sure what deep are. Let's open. Let's check. Oh. Just now that can happen. Maybe this is for the wireless. What's the shoot? Okay. Then here we have this one. Well, the packets. And then here, that's the motherboard out of the here. And the well, of course, we also have Martins in this box. We have, we show you these things. Yeah, some cables. This is SATA. We have the documentation, some screws, more cables, and stickers. The bash, battery, lucky. Well, the most important part is, of course, the motherboards. And the box is empty, so I can just throw it on the ground. Straight order. Turn it down. Okay. So this is the motherboard. We have the place for the RAM. Of course, there goes the CPU. And this part is the area for the M.2s, I guess. But for that, probably I should read the manual. And that is what I'm going to do first. Okay, I hope that this way you can see a little bit better what I am doing. So first I am removing some plastic. Good. Now the first thing that we install is the CPU. which of course also comes with its own instruction manual. But in principle, it is easy. This one we have to move. This one we can get up. Then it's important to look for the mark to see how you put in the CPU. And the list mark is on that side. And if we look at the CPU, we should see a similar mark. Let's see it. First I have to get the CPU out of this package. And sometimes that is the hardest job. Sometimes it is. Okay. So it's there. And this one. House. Gently. Okay. Now is question, should this protection go away? That one we go. Which always good to read the manual. Installation instructions 1. Begin installation with socket facing you as shown above. Then 2. Open unlock socket frame. 3. Align pin 01 indicators. Yeah, that is what we did. The small arrow. Close socket frame. Okay, here it said install the processor before removing cover. Save. Now I guess this one needs to go. Well, of course that's logical, because how else are we going to put thermal paste on the CPU for when we install the cooler? to get rid of this. But open here. Yeah. Okay. Now, see if we can print down. Okay, I think we did that correctly. Then RAM. Here there is a we have 2 memory chips, 2 modules, and with that it's important to know in which slots we're going to put in the modules. And there is little something here on written on the motherboard, which of course right now you cannot see it. But I will try to move the camera over there so that you can see it. Well, I hope you can see it. And for me it's upside down. So I have to go here, do a check. So if I did it correctly, we have to put one in there and in there. And that's what we will do. So of course we have to open these. Oh. Sometimes that's harder than you expect. No, come on, open. I can only open the left side. Oh, could be. Could be. So far. And this tends to happen. 2 times 32 GB. Together that's 64 GB. So we have the CPU in, we have the RAM mounted, then it's missing the M.2 SSDs. Now is my question, how can I get them in and where to put them? Now over here I read push and lift Lightning Gen 5 M2, and over here I read MSI Performance Gaming. And well, it's obvious that's under this one, Lightning Gen 5 M2, there is a M2 slots. From the size of it, I'm guessing 1. And I'm guessing that the other ones are underneath this one. But the question is how to get it off. And also the question is which one I will mount in which slot, because that can matter. So I have 3 SSDs, which I will get from the other side of the table. I have the 1 terabyte 990 Pro, which will be for the C drive. I have the 9100 Pro, 2 terabytes. And we have the 990 Pro, 4 terabytes. Okay. Let's continue. Push and lift. I don't really understand. Push and lift. So I have to push, how to push so, then what? Okay, I figured out how to remove the protection case for the M2 SSDs, and now I have to figure out which M2 SSDs to put into which slots. There is the CPU and we have the RAM also in place. Okay, let's continue. We will need to remove the these let's call them Heatsinks, please, from the ones which we install an SSD. So let's try that. One. That's 2. And then probably the 3rd one. The one is larger. Guessing it's still the one that we need to use. Search. Okay. I decided to not remove the third heatsink because I am unable to remove it and I don't want to damage anything, so I will screw it back. It was. Then we simply remove the fourth one. I don't understand why they made it this difficult to remove a heatsink. Alright. Let's go for the first one, the projects one. That one we should put in this one. One is closest to the motherboard, but how do we get this right? Okay, I am back. I found this little piece in the motherboard's a source. It looks like we have to put this one in here. Screw it in. Only we can do that by hands, but we have to do it by hand. Jeez. Well, it looks like this is needed for me to be able to mount the SSD. Looks like it's tight. Then I can put in this SSD. This is meant for the projects. Okay. Think it fits. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, even I still learn new things. I managed to get this M.2 SSD in. This is the one I will use for the projects, and that means that one needs the best possible speed. And then in this spot I will put the SSD for the C drive, and in this last one I put the one for the games. The third one I'm not using. And why? Well, I didn't manage to get this heatsink out easily, and then I thought, why not? Let's not mess with it. So I will continue adding these two SSDs, which should be easy now. The 1 terabyte one. So for the C drive, you have to make sure that SD is completely in. Then we can push it down. And we have the 4 terabyte one. Put it in slot 4. So press it fully until it clicks. Then I can Oh, almost. Push it down. But it doesn't fit. So that's strange. It's really there. Why doesn't it fit? Doesn't should fit, but doesn't. And that I don't understand. So I had a bit of fight with these 4 slots, but in the end I managed to get it in. Why didn't it work the first time? I don't know. Sometimes these yeah, these slots can be a pain. Let's show you from my side. So we have these 3 SSDs in, and we have the CPU in and the RAM. And that is part 1 done. Now, should I put these ones back? That is a very good question. Maybe I should, maybe I should not. We'll look into that. And then the next step will be to put this motherboard into the case, which we first need to prepare before we can actually do that. Alright, good one. Yeah, we are back. So I checked, and this M.2 cover is a little bit wobbly to the sides, but apparently that is to be expected and normal. So everything looks good. I will not touch this anymore, and we have to go for the next step, which will be the case preparation. Okay, we now go for the big case preparation, and I'll start with removing this plastic. So there is one of the sides that I have removed. And this side is also a side cover that I also removed. And I put it next to the other one. So let's look inside the case. So my idea for today is to mount my motherboard inside the case. So first thing is to put it down on this small table. As you can see, it is now down, and we will need screws for mounting the motherboard. So these screws I have to find into my 7 XL accessoires package box. And then we need to make sure that here we get the how you call it, well, your the sockets, the or the plates for the where you have the all the different yeah, I call it sockets now. Okay, I think we can see the inside of the case clearly now. So now what I want to do is put the case, the motherboards into the case. Then we screw the screws. Easy. And boom, boom, boom. Make sure that I put it in the right way. So go like this. Put my make sure that the that I get my motherboard hose on the yeah, how to call these things, so that we can screw it. Think this is about right. Okay, I have mounted the motherboard in the case, and which what was one issue was sometimes these screws you let them fall and it rolled under the motherboard, so I had to screw the motherboard loose again and then put it back. First of course remove that screw, then I screwed it back. Under there's also one screw, but it's difficult to reach, so I remove this yeah, how to call that, slot, so that I could reach it from behind, and then I could fit it in, fit the screw in. So this part is ready. Tomorrow I will continue with building in the power supply, then connect all the cables, and of course I also need to put in the CPU cooler and the graphics cards, and if I think it's needed I will also add some extra fans, but there are also fans here, so and there's a fan there, so I will see whether that's actually needed, maybe not. And yeah, then we will try, let me get me zoom myself in on display. Then we will try to turn the PC on. Hopefully it will turn on and we see that everything is fine. If not, then there's a problem and we need to figure out what to do. So that was day 1 of building my new PC. Now, as always, I thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time on the continuing of my building my PC series. If you're not subscribed, you can subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And yeah, see you next time on Ari's Quest Log.